Welcome to the Padres Postgame Show on the Padres Radio Network. Coming up, we'll deliver a full recap of today's game, including highlights from the biggest moments. We'll take a trip down to the manager's office to hear from Mike Schilt. Plus, we'll bring you scores from around Major League Baseball. The Padres Postgame Show starts now on the Padres Radio Network.
0-2 on the way. Swinging a high fly ball into left center. Arden going back on the warning track. It one hops the fence. One run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Bogaerts. He scores standing. It's a bases clearing double for Jackson Merrill. And the Padres jump in front. It's 5-2 in the third. Jackson Merrill, a 3-run double in the third inning, made all the difference as the Padres go on to win it 5-3 on this Monday night at Petco Park as they win this series opener against the Minnesota Twins. Padres improved to 71-55 with the win. Twins dropped to 70-55 with the defeat. Sam Levitt with you inside the broadcast booth here at Petco Park on a beautiful Monday night here in America's finest city. Padres got it done here tonight. Michael King, the big story, 6 innings, 2 runs given up, and really, I should say, one of a few big stories in this game for the Padres. Michael King, really good outing. Jackson Merrill, the big hit in the third to make it 5-2. It stayed a 5-2 game until we got to the 9th inning when Robert Suarez came on. He would give up a run in the 9th inning, but ultimately shut the door for his 28th save of the season. The bullpen, aside from Suarez, was excellent. Jason Adams struck out the side. Tanner Scott, a 1-2-3 8th inning, and all in all, a very nice win for the Padres on this Monday. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll have all the radio highlights for you. We'll also hear from Padres manager Mike Schilt coming up a little bit later. Get to our daily awards. We'll let you call in as well at 833-288-0973. Final score here tonight in this series opener. Padres 5 and the Twins 3 on the Padres Radio Network. Here on the Padres Radio Network, Sam Levitt with you inside I wanted to say the loft at the Western Metal Building. We are not there. We are inside the Padres radio booth here at Petco Park. As we wrap this one up, Padres win it 5-3 over the Minnesota Twins. We'll hear from Padres manager Mike Shildt coming up in just a little bit. We'll also get into our daily awards, full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, update you on the standings, everything that went on today. We'll also get to your phone calls a little bit later as well. So a lot to do on our post-game coverage as the Padres improved to 71-55. Twins dropped to 70-55. The Padres have now won 21 games in their last 26, though they continue to play very, very well. A really nice win here tonight. Let's recap this one from start to finish.
What moments had the biggest impact on today's game? We'll paint you a picture with our game recap on the Padres Radio Network.
The Twins got on the board early with Matt Wallner ripping an RBI double down the first baseline after Trevor Larnach reached base on a walk. Michael King, tonight's starter for the Padres, did have his swing and miss stuff, however, striking out 2 Twins in the top of the first inning. The Padres responded immediately. In the bottom half of the frame, Luis Arraez was hit by a pitch. He then went to third base on a bloop single from Jurickson Profar. Jake Cronenworth would ground into a fielder's choice to first base. Arraez scampered home to tie the game at 1 apiece. Profar would advance to third on a ground out by Manny Machado, setting up Xander Bogaerts for an opportunity to deliver with 2 men away. 2-2. Swinging a ground ball, base hit into left. Profar scores standing RBI single, Xander Bogaerts. And the Padres jump in front 2-1 here in the first inning. So an RBI for Xander. Padres had a 2-1 lead. The action continued into the second inning as the Twins loaded the bases with just 1 out on 2 singles and a walk. Leadoff hitter Willie Castro hit a weak grounder to Xander Bogaerts at second base, and the base runner stopped running, forcing Xander to take a few extra moments to apply the tag before glove tossing the ball to first base. He narrowly missed an out at what would have been an inning-ending double play while allowing Edouard Julien to score the Twins' second run. Michael King would go on to strike out Trevor Larnach to strand runners on the corners, but he had already elevated his pitch count to 45 pitches through just 2 innings. Padres had a big opportunity in the bottom half of the third. Jurickson Profar reached base on an error by Carlos Santana. Cronenworth and Bogaerts would each draw a base on balls to load the bases with 2 men away for the potential NL Rookie of the Year, Jackson Merrill. 0-2 on the way. Swinging a high fly ball into left center. Arden going back on the warning track. It 1 hops the fence. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Bogaerts. He scores standing. It's a bases clearing double for Jackson Merrill. And the Padres jump in front. It's 5-2 in the third. RBI 67, 68, and 69 for Jackson Merrill. After navigating 2 rocky innings to begin the game, Michael King really settled in. He would cruise through the next 4 innings on just 40 pitches without giving up another run, earning himself another quality start. Mike Shildt would elect to bring in the newly acquired reliever Jason Adam to pitch the 7th inning. Padres ahead 5-2. He would come in and do this. Kicks in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Adam strikes out the side. Vasquez and Martin and Castro. 3 up, 3 down. So a 1-2-3 inning for Adam. He struck out the side. Tanner Scott would follow Adam in the 8th inning, pitch a 1-2-3 frame. Robert Suarez came on for the 9th inning to close things out after retiring the first 2 batters he faced. Suarez issued a walk to Edouard Julien to end a streak of 15 consecutive Twins retired. Christian Vasquez then ripped a single down the third baseline. That allowed Julien to score from second base. He went to second on defensive indifference. That brought the potential game-tying run to the plate. Rocco Baldelli would bring in Jose Miranda to pinch hit. He represented the tying run. The Padres ahead 5-3. It was Suarez against Miranda representing the tying run. Pitch to Miranda. Swinging a ground ball to shortstop. Picked up by Wade. Throws to first in time, and the Padres win. Robert Suarez shuts the door. Padres take this series opener against Minnesota. The final score, Padres 5 and the Twins 3. A nice win for the Padres here tonight, 5-3 against the Minnesota Twins. Padres take this series opener. They continue to play very good baseball, very good bounce back after the series loss in Colorado. Padres 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left on 5. The Twins 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They left on 6. Michael King the winner. He's now 11-6. Robert Suarez picked up his 28th save of the season. And like we said in the postgame wrap-up with Scan, really 3 elements to this win. Michael King settling in, really nice outing, 6 innings, 2 runs given up. The RBI, 3 RBI double from Jackson Merrill in the third to make it 5-2. And then between King and the Padres bullpen, they made it stand up. Jason Adam a scoreless 7th inning, Tanner Scott a scoreless 8th inning, and Robert Suarez gave up a run in the 9th inning, but he shut the door as the Padres win it 5-3. Let's go downstairs here at Petco Park, and here's some post-game reaction.
Let's pull up a seat in the manager's office and hear from Padres manager Mike Schultz. Presented by Sinley Food. Spice up your culinary life.
Mike, what did you think of what Michael was able to do, kind of blazing through those final 3 innings?
Oh man, that was crucial. That was big time, man. Grinded early. We score, they score. We answer back, they answer back, and he just did a really nice job. Michael was just saying, okay, that's enough, and I'm going to make pitches, and made a lot of quality pitches. And to your point, Ace was able to get those last 3 efficiently. Of course, Jackson with the big swing to give us the lead, and but those innings out of the starters are really important, and Michael gave us 6 really good ones tonight.
Trying to find a new way to talk about Jackson, just the fact that every moment just seems to be kind of the same for him. How impressive is that? And when he steps up at times like that, what's your level of confidence?
It's confidence in all of them, but yeah, he's definitely. There's no question we have confidence in Jackson. I think he described it well. Me and Victor talked about it, after the 3-run double. Just didn't try to do too much. He just lets his ability come into play. And when you can slow the game down and just stay within yourself and do it, as, Toddy says this, and we use it a lot. I just love it. Captures everything. Just do what the game calls for, and he's able to get a big 3-run double.
How rare is it for a guy who's his age to be able to understand that and do that, though?
I think that's something that it's rare for somebody that young to be able to do it. We talked about it consistently this year, and he's been able to continue to prove it. It's one of those things that a lot of guys grow into in this league, have to grow into, and it could be a separator for how long guys stay in this league, quite candidly. One of them, at least, and his ability to do it is, like we've talked about, it's extremely impressive.
I'm sure you seem like not the type of guy who has time to pore over the intricacies of the NL Rookie of the Year race, but what is Jackson's case specifically? Yeah,
I think the best thing that we can do with anything, whether it's anything team-related or anything individual-related, and, clearly we're got a lot going on with the team, and we're pulling for guys individually because that's important, too, for these guys to have their rightful accolades in their careers. But feel strongly about all those awards are won on the field, and Jackson's doing his talking on the field, which is the way it should be done. His talk with his play is pretty loud.
The way the back end of the bullpen nailed it down tonight, is that kind of like when they made those trades at the deadline? Like, is that kind of the way you envisioned it?
Yeah, it's part of the recipe. We got a lot of different ways we can win. This is one of the ways that we can win. Clearly get the lead and be able to turn it over again. Michael did his part, gets the 6. Adam, Scott, and then, Robert brought it home. All those guys were really, really good again, and a big part of our club.
Jackson said in Miami he was going so hard in the offseason and spring training trying to make the team. He had to kind of maybe figure out how to pace himself beginning of the season and then, turn it on, and he's kind of been going hard for months now. What have you kind of observed about how he's kind of figured out the rhythms of a major league season?
Yeah, you know what? That's it's one of those things that he is getting guidance and self-awareness of what that looks like. It's also one of those things until you actually experience, you don't really know what that looks like. Applaud him and others for, giving their wisdom to him and him accepting it, but also him being able to self-actualize really early and quickly and recognize hey, I'm going really hard, as you would expect, to go make a club. He knew coming in spring training he had a legitimate shot at doing it. Obviously, he did it, but there's some energy required with that. And then once you make it, you go, hey, I want to stay. and there's some energy required for that too. And then you look up and realize how to balance it out, and also recognize that, there's appropriate energy brought every day, and he's been able to understand what that looks like in a setting that can be a challenge to do. Again, an impressive trait.
Any more clarity on Kim since the afternoon?
No, I did see him right before the game. He had a nice smile on his face, got a nice smile to begin with, and feels like that. Clearly it's bothering him, but I think he's comfortable with the findings. He's comfortable that, we don't know. I'd be irresponsible to have a timetable on it, IL, no IL. But at least initially, from a big picture, longer term, it looks like he's going to be okay, and he felt pretty good about the news and how he felt today. But again, we're not out of the woods clearly, and we'll take it day by day.
That was Padres manager Mike Shildt after tonight's game. So you heard the latest there on Ha-Seong Kim towards the end. Not really a ton of, info there to really take away as far as what it ultimately is for Kim if he can avoid an IL stint. I'm sure we'll get more information on that in the next day or two. But that was the latest from Mike Shildt after a 5-3 win for the Padres against the Minnesota Twins. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll get into our daily awards. If you want to get a phone call in, 833-288-0973. Final score, Padres 5, Twins 3 on the Padres Radio Network. Our postgame show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Final score, Padres 5 and the Twins 3 as the Padres take this series opener from Minnesota. Sam Levitt with you inside the broadcast booth here at Petco Park. The lights still on. The grounds crew working on the field, doing a great job watering the dirt. They're raking some different areas. They're I don't even know how to describe some of the things they're doing. I'm not a grounds crew guy, but you know what? I don't normally have this kind of view post-game. I'm usually in the Western Metal Building. I can sort of see what's going on here, but I've got a great view of the grounds crew here tonight. Anyway, Padres win it 5-3 over the Minnesota Twins. Again, Michael King, very good in this game. 6 innings, 2 earned runs given up, 4 hits, he walked 3, struck out 8, 85 pitches. But a big story in this one, the work of the Padres bullpen and the new look Padres bullpen, and really this being a game where the Padres sort of envisioned this, right? When they made the trade for Adam, when they made the trade for Scott, this was the kind of situation they envisioned, really on a couple of fronts. Number one, Michael King threw a lot of pitches early in this game, but he would throw just 21 pitches combined in his final 3 innings between the 4th, 5th, and 6th innings. He got really efficient. So through 6 innings, he was at 85 pitches. And we know Michael King can go deeper than 85 pitches, but with a 5-2 lead, it allowed the Padres, with their bullpen and really with all their high-leverage guys fresh here tonight, it allowed them to maybe shave an inning off Michael King's night and go to their bullpen. And the bullpen was great here tonight. Let's tell you about our relief pitcher of the game.
Which pitcher was able to come in and slam the door shut? It's time for the relief pitcher of the game in support of the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank, providing food assistance to local children, families, and seniors in need. To get help or give help, visit san diegofoodbank.org.
Kicks in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Adam strikes out the side. Vasquez and Martin and Castro. 3 up, 3 down. Jason Adam, really nice job striking out the side in the 7th inning. Vasquez, Martin, Castro did it all on 15 pitches in this game. Really nice 7th inning. So for that reason, Jason Adam, our relief pitcher of the game. Tanner Scott, scoreless 8th inning. Robert Suarez, scoreless 9th inning. Well, actually, sorry. Suarez did give up a run in the 9th inning. But my point is, the bullpen, Adam, Scott, Suarez, got the job done. And that's how you envisioned it when the Padres made the moves at the deadline. Have a 5-2 lead and then hand things over to your bullpen and forget about it. And that's what happened here tonight. Suarez gave up a 2-out walk, a couple of close pitches in that 9th inning. Defensive indifference, a single, really no big deal for Suarez, but bullpen very good in this game. When we come back, we'll take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Player of the game, play of the game coming your way as well. If you want to get a phone call in to chime in, sound off about this one, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Would love to hear from you if you were part of the big crowd here tonight. 40,000 plus in the building, the 40th sellout of 2024 on a Monday night. So another great crowd. Would love to hear from you. Final score, Padres 5, Twins 3 on the Padres Radio Network. Our post-game show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the broadcast booth here at Petco Park. Padres win it 5-3 against the Minnesota Twins on this Monday night here in America's finest city. Padres take this series opener. They have now won 21 of their last 26 games. We'll have a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, player of the game, play of the game, coming up in just a little bit. I do want to get to some of your phone calls, 833-288-0973. Again, 833-288-0973. Let's begin things here tonight. Let's go to Ocean Beach. It's Gonzo calling in. Gonzo, you're on the Padres postgame show. What's up, my friend?
Damn, my boy. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
I'm just glad the Padres were able to keep their heads held high, not let the Rockies phase us too much, and hopefully we get back on that streak again. Just keep doing what we're doing best. Let Jackson Cito keep smashing. King looks great. But I'm sorry, dude. The player of the game is you, man. You killed it. You did a great job.
Thank you.
Super proud of you, and hopefully we keep you on the post game and pre-game for a little while longer before you do that permanently.
Thank you, Gonzo. No, I'm just fine here on the pregame and the postgame, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you for the kind words. And yeah, look, Gonzo, you hope they can get back on track. I mean, look, it really, and I know I wasn't on the shows over the weekend when they were in Colorado. But look, it was a little hiccup in what's been a wonderful second half. I can't get crazy about them losing 2 out of 3 in Colorado. It happens. And no, you know what? This is a really good Twins team that's playing really well. They've played really well for a long time, and they bounced back here tonight. We'll see what the rest of this series holds. But you're right, Gonzo. You want to get back on track and keep it rolling from there. Let's go to Sebastian calling in. Hi, Sebastian. You're on the Padres postgame show. What's up?
Hi. Congrats. You did amazing calling the game.
All right,
You're
Sebastian.
better than Jesse Aguilar.
No, Sebastian. No. Jesse is absolutely terrific, and we are very, very lucky to have him here. Jesse is the top of the business, in my opinion, when it comes to radio play-by-play in general. I'm sure Jesse and Tony, I didn't get to hear any of it, watch any of it, but I'm sure Jesse and Tony were great on TV. It's a great pair on TV. In fact, really fun to have those guys together go from radio to TV. Jesse is absolutely outstanding. One of my mentors and real people I look up to. So, Sebastian, I appreciate the kind words, but one has nothing to do with the other. Let's go to Thomas calling in from Del Cerro. Hi, Thomas. You're on the Padres postgame show. Go ahead.
Hey, Sam, just want to, same thing. You killed it. I'm not sure was that your first time? It was good. If you did you did a good job, man.
It was my first time. It was my first time in the major leagues. Not my first time at all in play-by-play for a baseball game. I worked in the minors for 8 seasons, but here, yes, at this level, yes.
Well, congratulations, and you did a good job, buddy. Thank you. Appreciate you.
All right. Well, thank you for the phone call, Thomas. Let's go to Don, Rancho Bernardo. Hi, Don.
Hey, Sammy. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, Don. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. Hey, I just called to congratulate you. I did not get to listen to it, unfortunately. We were at the game. So I just wanted to congratulate you because no one, that I can think of deserved it more than you. And I wanted to ask you, what did it feel like? I mean, your first major league game calling, that I'm curious how you felt. If you were nervous or...
Yeah.
I'll let you know. Thanks.
Yeah, that's a great question, Don, and appreciate it. It's funny. I was not nervous at all tonight. I really wasn't. I really thought I'd have some nerves. I don't think I felt that. I really don't. I did not feel nervous. I felt almost weirdly calm throughout the evening, and even in the lead up to the game in the couple of hours beforehand. So, I thought I'd feel a little nervous, and I really didn't, to be honest, Don. So it was cool. I felt comfortable. I'm somebody who came from only a play-by-play background. I mean, this is something that I think people know about me, right? And I sort of learned how to do the pre and post game show rather than learning how to do play-by-play tonight. This was sort of more back to my roots, but it felt very comfortable. Same game, just the stadium a little bit bigger and some more fans in the building. But it felt I really didn't have many nerves tonight, to be honest with you. And a credit to Scan. Scan was awesome tonight to work with. He made it easy. And Dave Marcus, I'll tell you what, that was my first time ever working with Dave, I know Dave. We worked together in a lot of different sort of capacities, but certainly not that close on a day-to-day basis with the broadcast itself in the way you got to work with him if you're in this booth. And, man, I'll tell you, Dave makes it really easy. That was one of the hardest parts of tonight was just the reads. I mean, there are so many reads and elements, and I'm just not all that used to that. So Dave made it really, really easy. So Scan and Dave, they deserve a special shout out. They were great to work with here tonight. All right, enough about me. I swear I didn't really want to take phone calls. And they would all be about the broadcast. But if you want to call in, chime in about the game, you can do that too. Although, to be honest with you, here tonight, there's not a ton to really break down. There just isn't. They were good stuff. King was really good, settled in. Bullpen was good. Jackson Merrill had a big hit, and that's all they needed. So kind of one of those games. Let's tell you about tonight's player of the game.
Which player had the biggest impact on today's game? Let's find out who is today's player of the game. Presented by Valley View Casino and Hotel. Catch every game at Patties and Pints. Plus, enjoy $4 beer every Thursday. Visit valleyviewcasino.com today.
Our player of the game here tonight will hand it to Jackson Merrill. I know King was really good, but you know what? Merrill, that's a big moment, and Scan said it perfectly during the game. You never know when the moment of a game, the big moment of a game is actually going to happen. It doesn't always happen late, and we know Merrill's had big moments late in games, especially in the second half, but that's a huge moment against a young pitcher, and Merrill took advantage. Bases loaded, big 2-out hit, 3 runs come in, and that ended up being the biggest swing of the night. So for that reason, Jackson Merrill, our player of the game. Let's take a full look at the out-of-town scoreboard, tell you what's gone on tonight around the major leagues.
Let's take a trip around the bigs and tell you about the scores you need to know in our out-of-town scoreboard. Presented by Jensen Meat, where great taste meets integrity.
We take a look at scores from around the major leagues. Everything has gone final. Diamondbacks beat the Marlins 9-6 in Miami. Adrian Del Castillo, a grand slam in that game for Arizona. Reds beat the Blue Jays 6-3 in Toronto earlier tonight. Mets beat the Orioles 4-3 in New York. Francisco Alvarez, a walk-off home run in that one. For the Mets at Citi Field, Rangers beat the Pirates 4-3 in Arlington. Corey Seager, a couple of home runs in that game for Texas. Royals beat the Angels 5-3 in Kansas City. Paul DeYoung, a 2-run home run in that game for the Royals. Astros beat the Red Sox 5-4 in Houston. A's beat the Rays 3-0 in Oakland. J.J. Bleday, a home run in that game. Giants beat the White Sox 5-3 in San Francisco. Matt Chapman, a home run in that game for the Giants. And finally, Dodgers beat the Mariners 3-0 in L.A. Max Muncy, a home run in that game for the Dodgers. And that's a look at the full out-of-town scoreboard on this Monday. While taking a look at the standings, here's where we are as of tonight. Let's begin with the wild card. Padres kept pace with the Diamondbacks. They both won, so the Padres are still a game above the Diamondbacks for the first NL wild card spot. Arizona is a game behind the Padres. They have the number 2 spot. Atlanta 3 games behind the D-backs in the final wild card spot. Then the Mets, game and a half out. Giants 3.5 out. Cardinals 5 out. Cubs 5.5 out, and so on and so on. As far as the division, unfortunately, the Padres could not gain ground tonight. They will remain 3 games behind the Dodgers for first place in the NL West. So, hey, all you can do if you're the Padres, you can win. You can't control what the Dodgers do, what the Diamondbacks do, but you if you're a Padre, you can control your own destiny, and that's winning baseball games. They've done a lot of that as of late, and they did it again here tonight as they beat the Twins 5-3. When we come back on our post-game coverage, we'll have our play of the game, wrap things up, get you ready for tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Our post-game show continues here on the Padres Radio Network. Sam Levitt with you inside the broadcast booth here at Petco Park. Padres win it 5-3 against the Minnesota Twins. Appreciate you joining us on this Monday night. Padres win the series opener. They have now won 21 of their last 26 games. Pretty remarkable. 21-5 in a 26-game span. Again, the pitching, certainly a big part of the story here tonight. Michael King, 6 innings, 2 earned runs given up, 8 strikeouts. And really for King, I know we talked about it plenty already, his outing, but he threw a lot of pitches early, dealt with base traffic, walks, 20 pitches in the first inning, 25 in the second, 19 in the third. So that's what, 45, 60-something pitches through 3 innings. But then he really settled in. 8 pitches in the fourth, 6 in the fifth, 7 in the 6th inning. He threw 21 pitches in the final 3 innings of his start. Comes out of the game 6 innings, 2 runs given up. Another quality start. And then the Padres handed it over to the bullpen. This is what you envisioned. Adams scoreless 7th inning. Scott scoreless 8th inning. Robert Suarez, a run given up in the 9th inning on 1 hit, but really no big deal. Picked up the save, and the Padres win it 5-3. But the biggest moment of this game was early in this one. Bottom half of the third, Padres and Twins tied at 2. The bases loaded, 2 outs. The rookie Jackson Merrill at the dish, and Merrill provided tonight's play of the game.
What was the crucial play that determined who came out on top? This is today's play of the game, presented by Bill Howe Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
0-2 on the way. Swinging a high fly ball into left center. Arden going back on the warning track. It one hops the fence. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Bogaerts. He scores standing. It's a bases clearing double. for Jackson Merrill. And the Padres jump in front. It's 5-2 in the third. Jackson Merrill, bases clearing double. RBI 67, 68, 69. Leading all Major League rookies here in 2024. Made it 5-2. It stayed 5-2 until there were 2 outs in the 9th inning. So the swing for Merrill, it was the big difference in this game. No way around it. And that is why it is tonight's play of the game. All right, taking a look ahead to tomorrow. Same time, same place. First pitch tomorrow, 6:40 p.m. Our EcoWater SoCal Padres pregame show will begin at 5:40. Left-hander Martin Perez on the mound for the Padres. Right-hander Bailey Ober on the mound for the Twins. Again, first pitch tomorrow, 6:40 here at Petco Park, and our pregame coverage begins at 5:40. As always, if you missed any of our post-game show, you can go back and listen to all of it on the Inside San Diego Baseball podcast with Sam Levitt, available on the Odyssey app or wherever you find your podcasts. Or you can go back and watch any of our post-game show on the 97.3 The Fan YouTube channel. Final totals here tonight for the Padres: 5 runs, 4 hits, no errors. They left on 5. For the Twins, 3 runs, 5 hits, 1 error. They left on 6. Michael King, the winner. He's 11-6. Losing pitcher was Zebby Matthews, who drops to 1-1. Save goes to Robert Suarez, his 28th of the season. Time of game, 2 hours, 15 minutes, and the crowd here at Petco Park on a beautiful Monday night, the 40th sellout of 2024, 40,220. Once again, first pitch tomorrow, 6:40 p.m. Our pregame coverage begins at 5:40. Until then, for our great studio coordinator, Frank Marchese, I'm Sam Levitt saying so long and good night from Petco Park. Again, the final score here tonight, the San Diego Padres 5 and the Minnesota Twins 3. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Padres Radio Network. Have a great night, everybody.